And so I started searching things like on YouTube. Okay, so I'm the girl that's over here waiting super impatiently for Girl Stop Apologizing to come out because I love Rachel Hollis, right? But I've listened to Girl Wash Your Face a few times and like all of her podcasts. So I started looking for other things, right? I found this lady on YouTube, guys. She has like rocked my world. Rocked my world. Like I feel like a different human being. Even my husband is like, babe. I'm like, I don't know, but you got to take it with what it is because we're doing things. Okay, so one of the things that I listened to yesterday was like, oh, it just had me going, you guys. Like, I'm so excited about it. So yesterday I put that video on here. It wasn't a live video because I was driving. I just threw it up. But I had just listened to this thing, right? So we were talking, or I was talking in the video about abundance blocks, right? So like you having those mind blocks in your head that are stopping you from doing all the things. We all have them, you guys. We all have them. So my challenge yesterday in the video, if you didn't watch it, you can go back and find it. But I challenged you guys to try to help get past those blocks in your heads so that you can move forward and seriously slay and kill it in your business this year. And set yourself up for that mindset before we go to conference in the next 2.5 weeks or whatever. Yes, Krista, you got your sticky notes up. Okay, so what I challenge you to do was go get, a stack of sticky notes. I have my stack. I need to write on them. Go to Pinterest or Google or whatever, Google image, and search positive affirmations, positive quotes, inspirational things, and then write them on your sticky notes. Go put them anywhere. Anywhere you frequent. Like, slap that baby on your computer if you're on the computer at work all day. Put it in your kitchen. Put it behind your kitchen sink. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your makeup bag. Put it anywhere. I see my coffee pot every single morning. You better believe there's going to be one of those babies on my coffee pot because I need to see and believe what I'm doing right now every single day. You have one on your computer. Good. And then also write on there your goals. I am Ruby. I am Diamond. I am capable. I am worthy. Like, all the things, okay? So the reason I did that was because I started listening to this lady and I'm like, oh, girl, like I need to meet her in real life. Okay. Anyway, so in one of the videos that I was watching, she interviewed this guy, okay? And they were talking about abundance blocks and how it affects you in your life and like all the things is like crazy, okay? So she's like asking this guy all these questions because one of his abundance blocks is that he is almost like afraid of money. He doesn't think that he can earn all the money, right? I mean, how many people think that? And you guys can say if you feel that way, okay? Like, you don't really believe that you could make 6 figures a year. You don't really believe that you could make $10,000 in 1 month. Like, all the things. I've been there too, Okay, so that was his thing. So she started asking him all of these questions, right? She's like, I want you, and I'm going to tell you like all the steps that she goes through, but I'm going to tell you this story first, okay? Because it was like, dude, it was so good. Okay, so she asked him, I want you to close your eyes and think back, okay? Think all the way back to the first thing you can remember that probably put that abundance block in your head. He's like, okay. She's like, now when you close your eyes, I want you to think of the first thing that comes to mind because something is going to come to mind. She's like, I want you to go as far back as you can remember, like when you were a kid, okay? She's like, don't change it. Whatever it was, that's what it is. So he's like, okay. Closes his eyes and he's like, I remember. She's like, what was it? He's like, I vividly remember when I was a little boy. He's like, I was 6 years old. I was riding in the back of the car. My mom and dad were in the front seat. And it was my birthday. And he's like, and they were arguing with each other about finances and how things were tight and how they just didn't know how they were going to pay the bills. And they just didn't know how things were going to work out financially. And they were having a hard time. Okay? So he remembers that. And it was his birthday. And where were they going in the car? They were going to the store for him to pick out a birthday present. Okay? But his parents were having this conversation in the front seat of the car and he was 6 years old. 6 years old, okay? And he says, okay, we went to the store, got out. Mom said, pick out your birthday present, honey. Happy birthday. So he picked out the cheapest thing he could find, which was a book, right? He's like, okay, I got it. This is what I want. And his mom was like, no, sweetie, it's your birthday. Like, pick anything out you want. Pick out, it doesn't matter. Like, get something bigger. And he said, no, Mom, all I want is the book. And that's what he got. But why did he do that? He did that because he knew that his parents were having a hard time, and he didn't want to put that burden on them or make things harder for them in that moment, because he knew that they were struggling, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. So that has stuck in his head all these years. He didn't say how old he was, but he was probably in his 30s, I think. So he's like, that has stuck in my head all these years. And she's like, yes, we need to let it go, right? Because it's blocking him. I mean, if you stop for a moment, close your eyes, and think back to your childhood, she's like, you need to think back to your mom. What did your mom think and feel about money? Okay? Think back to your dad. How did your dad think and feel about money? It's like, I had the craziest day yesterday, like thinking about this. And then James got home from work, and I'm like, babe, you got to listen to this lady. This is crazy. And so he did. And like his wheels were just spinning, I could tell. And he's like, he came out into the kitchen, and he's like, I literally am my stepdad. Like, I do so many things like my stepdad. And I didn't even realize it. And I'm like, yes, like, it's so crazy. Okay, so anyway, the things that hold you back, those things that are blocking you today, probably came from something that happened in your childhood. So if you think I'm crazy, cool, doesn't matter. If you don't think I'm crazy, do this. Like, close your eyes and think back to those things, like your parents or whoever raised you or whatever. But I think right now, like, you can think of so many different things too. Like, how has a spouse's thoughts affected you, or something that somebody else said to you or about you or whatever that you have literally held onto, and you've held it. You put it in a pocket inside your body, and you won't let it go, and it's stopping you from doing all the things because you're so worried about how that made you feel in that moment of time. Like, oh my God, yes, Kayla, that is what happened to me and James. We're like, do you realize with what we just realized or like feeling and experiencing through this right now, how we can change the way that we raise our kids? Like, it makes me feel emotional. Like, just talking about it in the kitchen last night, we're like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy, you know? Because how many times, if you're a parent or if you're a parent, how many times can you think of when we would say, we can't afford that right now? You can't have that because mom's broke. We're broke. You cost me money, right? That's one thing that James and I talked about too, is like, how many times do you see, even like on social media, when parents are complaining or struggling and they're like, these kids cost me so much money. Yeah, but why would you say that to somebody? Like, you know how you're making them feel? You don't even think about that. And I guarantee you, that guy, his parents, when they were having that conversation with him in the backseat of their car on his birthday, taking him to pick out a present, they were thinking, he's 6 years old. He's not even paying attention. Like, how many conversations have James and I had where we're like, Kylie's not here. Brendan, Ben, they're not paying attention. They don't know what we're talking about. Yes, they do. They're listening to you. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. It's so deep. I'm telling you right now. I can't read the comments because I'll get so distracted. But anyway, I just want to kind of like read through the steps, okay, that she gave for you to literally let this go. So like over the last couple days, that's something that I've been focusing on, is letting things go and doing what she says when I think of those things that are holding me back, and truly getting rid of them, letting them go, okay? So, let's see. Oh, one of the things, before I tell you the steps, one of the things that he said that so like the abundance block that he got from that moment in time when he was 6 years old in the backseat of the car, that has stuck with him forever, is if I ask too much, someone else will suffer. If I ask for too much, someone else is going to suffer. Like, do you ever feel like that? You're like, I have a dream, but I'm not sure I want to talk about it. I'm not sure I want to go after it because you don't want someone else to suffer. Like, I know I can make $100,000 in a year, but because my dad worked so hard when we were kids and he never brought in more than $50,000, I don't think I can do that to my dad, especially from a cell phone on the internet in 2019. I don't think I could do that to him. You know, because you feel like your dad is gonna suffer, but no, like, you guys have to get that out of your mindset. Okay, so the number one thing and you guys might think I'm crazy, but I don't think it really matters because I feel like a new human right now. Okay, so number one, she's like, when you do this, okay, you're gonna look through, and I hope you guys do this, go think about it, see what comes to mind, think about your childhood, think about your mom, think about your dad, think about your grandparents if they raised you, like whatever, okay? So she's like, you have to connect to the light. So she says, you cannot feel fear if you are connected to the light, right? So it's the same thing that people say all the time. With faith, we truly cannot fear, right? So if you're so connected to what you're doing and you're like, nope, I'm soaking it in, I'm taking this. I know you don't think I'm crazy, Stacy. I know you don't. Okay. So, you have to connect, right? So take yourself to that quiet place where you're by yourself. Close your eyes, really think about it, get connected so you can let it in, so you can truly change your beliefs right now, right? You got to get the blocks out of the way. So then step 2 is ask a question. So you're going to identify what you want to eliminate. So for him, he knew that he needed to eliminate, if I ask for too much, someone else will suffer. He needed to eliminate that. He needed to eliminate that memory, what happened to him when he was a kid, in order for him to succeed and move on with his life, okay? So she's like, I'm feeling this feeling, right? At what age did I first feel this feeling? So that's why I'm saying close your eyes and go back and think. I thought of so many things yesterday, so many things where I was just like, holy crap, that is exactly why this happened. Okay. And then, so at what age did I first feel this? Who did I duplicate it from? And then what's the emotion I'm feeling from that? Okay. And then another thing that she said in another video when she was talking about this is, at what age did I first feel this? Who did I duplicate it from? What is the emotion I am feeling? And at what age did I duplicate that? And I was like, oh, baby, that was deep. Like, because you think, when I first became a mom and you start duplicating some of the things based on how you were raised, not based on the things that happened in your life, right? Okay, so then she wants you to locate these feelings in your body. And this is so crazy too, because when you have a memory, it's like stored up here, right? But you only have so many thoughts. Like, you could only hold on to so many things. You can only, for me, I'm like, I have the worst memory, like I can't remember. I don't know. But we hold on to these things. When you really want to pull something out, you can pull something out, but they're stored in other places in your body because you tuck them away and you hold on to them forever until you release them. Okay. So you have to find that spot in your body. So like, she had somebody else on the stage too, and he was like, it's right here. She's like, okay, let's get it out, Okay, and then step 3 is identify the source where these feelings are coming from. Okay, so that's like, is this coming from your mom? Is it coming from your dad, your spouse? Is it coming from your culture, your religion? Like, what is it? Okay, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is it affecting you in your daily life? So how much is that holding you back from doing something? Okay, like how severe is this? Okay, and then you have to tell yourself you're going to clear it. You're going to let it go, right? You have the intention of making this feeling leave your body. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'm telling you all, if you do this, you're going to be like in my inbox, probably. So she's saying, like, is it lack of love? Is it lack of belief? Is it lack of feeling worthy of your dreams, or that you can truly make income or totally change your life? Like, what is it? You need to find it, okay? And then number 4, allow yourself to decide something and make it different. We are capable of breaking up those dense feelings and memories that are stored within our body. Okay? Close your eyes and let the light disintegrate those feelings and emotions, because you're going to clear them out. Okay? And so he's like, I noticed that you say something. Like when you find this in somebody, he's worked with her before. He's like, you say something, right? So what is it? So this is what she says. She says, I clear and transmute it across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. Okay, so I noticed over the last few days when I was watching her that she kept saying that, okay? So she kind of breaks it down. So she's like, I clear and transmute. So like transmute is like vaporize and change it. So you're getting rid of it. Get it out. Get those thoughts out. Like, right now, because it's the 11th of the year. Y'all need to do that right now. Okay, so So time, she's like, you know, it's stuck in time. Like that's a memory that that guy had. It's stuck in time. It's stuck in him, right? So you want to clear and transmute it across all time. Dimensions, because we're infinite beings. So we have bodies, we have emotions, we have a mental capacity, right? So we're dimensional. There's things about us. So you want to clear it and transmute it across all time, dimensions, space, because for him, it was like that memory is locked up in space for him, right? Space and time, we got to clear it, get it out of the way. And then reality, when you tell yourself or think about it for so long, you start to believe it. Like, you guys, have you had that happen to you? I have, for me. It's like you can't even differentiate what is reality and what's not because you've told yourself over and over and over again. And that's one big thing that people have to overcome when they come into this business. You truly have to open your mindset and be willing to soak in the greatness. You have to be willing to let somebody else tell you that you are amazing and that you're capable and that you're worthy and that you can do it. That's a big one for people. Okay, so that's what she says. I clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So when you find this, you guys are going to let it go. You're going to change it. You're going to get rid of it. Okay, and then number 5, she says, what would it take to change this and what can I do? That is something that you probably want to write down on a piece of paper because it's deep. What are you going to do? How are you going to change it? And then after that, she says, now I want you to go back and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is this affecting you? How do you feel affected? And so on the guy she did this to on the stage, she said, now close your eyes and I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, what is it? How does this feel right now? And he literally like looked at her kind of shocked and he was like, it feels like it's a movie. Like it doesn't feel like it's a deep memory that I'm holding on to. He's like, I feel like I'm looking at it like it's a movie. You know why? Because he was willing to open up and let it in and let it be cleared from him. And he's deciding in that moment that it's not going to affect him anymore, right? He's getting rid of that block. And slowly but surely, he's going to get rid of it to where he won't even remember it anymore because it's not going to affect his life and his thinking anymore. Oh my gosh, you guys. This video has been so long, but I just had to share it with you guys. And I can put that stuff in the comments too, but in our industry, in our lives, like it doesn't even matter, you guys, but these are big things. Like there's so many things that stop us from doing what we're capable of. And I realized this morning with having a few conversations with a few people that I felt like I should share this because more people need to have this in front of them to where they realize you can change what's going on in here. You can change what you're holding on to. You don't have to continue to live that way. It's like when we get on here and we say, just because you were raised a certain way does not mean that you're going to raise your children the same way. But this is like taking it even deeper and saying, I'm going to get rid of those feelings because they're not doing me no good. Get rid of them so that you can truly thrive and grow in yourself so that you can take on this business and rock it out this year and change your freaking world. So good. Okay, good. Yes, Cynthia, do it. And then send me a message and tell me what you feel. Like, if you guys do this and you want to talk about it, send me a message because I'm all about it right now. I'm telling you guys, like, I have been in a very stuck place, in anxiety/depression, and I am very hard, and I do not like to say the word depression, but those two things have plagued me, you guys, for the last couple years. And I'm not going to cry because I'm over it because I've been releasing things from my body. But since, I'm just being totally honest here, since I went ambassador, I had a lot of things that started to plague me. And what I realize now by doing this and going back to different memories and things that happened to me along my way and along my life, it was because of other things that somebody else did or said that I was like, oh my gosh, like that $35,000 paycheck, I'm not really sure if I'm worth that. Like, I'm not really sure how other people are going to think of that. I think someone's going to judge me, or I think that someone's going to think I'm better than them because I'm making a lot of money. No, you guys, I let that out the window yesterday. Like, I know doing all these things and healing myself in my body, money is a tool, you guys. Money is a tool. Like, if you're afraid to make a lot of money because of some other person and what they feel and what they think, you guys, you need to shift your focus. Do the steps that I just said in this video. I know it's long, but if you go back and watch it, do it. And then Shift your focus. Money is a tool, you guys. We can use money to do all the things. We can use money to pay off our debt. Hell yes, absolutely. We can use our money to go on a vacation and buy our dream cars. Yes, I'm not saying don't do those things. Do the things, because I've done the things. But we can use money to truly change the world. And when you clear everything and you allow yourself to dream and have a vision, then you can start using money as a tool. I'm like, God, give me all the good. Like, take me from here to there. Like, take me so far, because I know now that I'm capable, and I'm deserving. I'm everything, you guys. I cleared everything from myself over the last couple days. And if you know me, I would normally be bawling my eyes out right now. But it's because I know with everything in me that I'm good. I'm capable, I'm ready. Money is a tool. I have no blocks stopping me anymore, and this year is going to be lit. So I hope that you guys go through and you do the steps and you feel excited. And if you get anything from this, I hope you get at least that you're worthy and that you are your own person. And it's okay for you to become your own person. Becoming is my word this year. I am becoming who I am because of where I know I can go, because of my inner self, because all this stuff, you guys. Like, I'm pumped. I'm probably late for getting Kylie from school. So bye, guys. I'll see you later. If you want to message me, do it, or comment, and we can talk about it. But y'all, we are getting rid of the abundance blocks, okay?